Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up friends and family. You guys, I'm really excited to be here today. And I want to thank you. We always get you guys always send really nice feedback for the episodes. You also are awesome with sending me suggestions. And if you have suggestions, please reach out to me on Instagram. You could find me at Debbie_Neal because I do love to know what you want to learn about. But I felt very, very grateful at the overwhelming amount of messages that I got from you guys from the podcast that dropped last week. So the podcast that dropped last week was how to have a successful business launch in your network marketing business. Also just the importance of in-person events, how to have an in-person event. And people felt like that was really, really tangible and they were loving it. So today, what we're going to be talking about is the importance and the power of duplication in your network marketing business. You know, a lot of you, not everybody that listens to this podcast is a network marketer, okay? And here's the thing about network marketing, regardless of the product or service that you're representing. What I love so much about this industry is you are in a position now, if you truly want to succeed, to level up. You're leveling up your mindset. You're leveling up your vision. You're leveling up your appearance. You're leveling up, your I don't know if I said mindset, energy, belief. And so I always think, this is my belief, whether network marketing is going to be a career for you or a pit stop for you, you will be a better human being and a better leader through the lessons that you're going to learn in this industry. So again, whether this is your profession or not, there's going to be a lot of value in here because duplication is a huge thing in leadership. So I'm making this very specific right now to the network marketing profession because I'm a network marketer. That's what I do as a profession. And this does pertain to the industry. But again, you can apply it to any single business you have, any job you have, any passion that involves leadership. Because you know what leadership is? Leadership is influence. It's the ability to move people, right? So it doesn't have to be network marketing. Maybe you're a coach. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're leading, an organization. Maybe you're leading a team in corporate America. That's a leadership role. It's the ability to inspire people into action. It's the ability to show them what it takes to succeed. That's leading the ship. Everything you do, your example, your energy, the words you speak. And so I cannot stress this enough. Duplication isn't a little thing. It's everything in leadership and in the network marketing profession. Now, you might listen to this podcast and you might be thinking to yourself, wow, I just listened to that podcast and I don't really like what I'm duplicating in my business right now. I didn't even realize how powerful this was. And maybe you think to yourself, I wish I knew the power of this sooner. So this is the advice I'm going to give you going into this. Make today your day one. Make today your day one. Every single day is a new day in this profession. Every day. And some people are like, oh my gosh, next month. You don't need the first of the month to be your new day, right? So this is being released, I think, the last few days in August. Today, because let me tell you something, how you end a month is how you begin the next month. Every single day is a new day in this profession. Every day could be your day one. So you cannot change the past. You can't change what you did a week ago, a month ago, or 6 months ago, but you can learn from it. You are on a journey of success. And here's the thing, when you're on this journey of true success and evolution, you will make mistakes along the way. But the real definition of a mistake is something that you do that you just don't learn from it. And so too often people think the profession of network marketing is either it worked for me or it didn't. I gave it a shot and it didn't work. And here's the thing, that couldn't be further from the truth. Every single one of us, when we come to the table in this profession, we come to the table with different levels of leadership. And again, that could be for any profession. We have different levels of excellence. What you consider excellence may not be my definition of excellence. We have different levels of energy. Maybe somebody's much more high vibe, they're positive, they're grateful. And maybe somebody else is coming from a place of, I got a lot of work to do. We could all come in with different levels of mindset. I mean, somebody could come in and have the mindset of a warrior and a winner and a leader, and somebody else can have the mindset of, I can't do this. I'll never have that. I can't be that. And so we have two different starting points. We might start on the same day with the same business, the same products, the same industry, but we're in two totally different places, right? Two people can start with two different levels of standards, two different levels of goal setting. Maybe somebody knows how to set a goal. Like I was an athlete. I knew how to practice. I knew how to be hungry. I knew how to improve. I knew how to develop that mindset of winning. Other people may not. And so it doesn't mean that you cannot be successful, but that's why we say don't compare. We could have different levels of discipline, right? So if you want to succeed in this industry, I want you to know that you can. I believe in you, but you must believe in yourself. But it does take committing to growth. So change is the only constant. So none of us have the skills to build something like to what's really possible in this industry without insane commitment and learning and expanding and becoming like the leader and giving the example that we want to duplicate in our business. So today, we're going to talk about areas. I want to say I wrote down about 16. Okay. But honestly, I could have written down 100, but like we want to keep this podcast to a certain amount of time. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about areas of duplication that are really huge in the network marketing profession. And so as we talk about them, I want you to be really honest with yourself, like truly honest. Where are you in your level of leadership as we touch on each one? Like really think to yourself, wow, like what am I duplicating? Like when she's talking about this, where's it landing? When you're and also a question is, when are you going to decide to be the difference that you want to see in your business? So let's go right down the list. Some of them I have numbered. You guys, I just write down like some notes and then I go off on it. Okay. So one, how quick did you jump in? Now, when I say this, there's no right or wrong answer. But for me, some people are like analyzing to death. They're overthinking to death. They're taking a survey. They're calling up every Tom, Dick, and Harry they know and asking their opinion. They're projecting and so what happens is those are the people that you're going to eventually ask possibly to join your business. Duplication. So they just said, I don't know. Debbie came to me. She wasn't so sure. Debbie had hesitations. So Debbie took forever to start her business. Maybe I need to take a long time to start mine. So again, I'm not saying I jumped in. I jumped in and I jumped in because I saw the opportunity. I was already praying for more. For 5 years, I was journaling about what can I do? How can I be home with my babies? How can I create a bigger impact in the world? What's the vehicle that I could start a business with little startup costs and be passionate about it and help other people, create a better life and all of these things. So it was just like all the stars aligned when this came to me. And I can tell you that after I heard the information, even though I was journaling for 5 years, fears still came up. Like, I've never done this. I don't know about the industry. I never sold a thing in my life. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. I've been out of corporate America. All of these things. And I was like, maybe I'll do it in 6 months. Maybe I'll wait till my kids get older. Maybe I'll wait till my kids go back to school. And I was like, Deb, if you want to be successful, you need to start right now and behave and lead by example. What do you want your team to look like? Do you want a team of people that are going to overthink everything and listen to their fears? Or do you want to attract a team of people that are going to focus on the possibilities and know in their gut that it's never going to be the right time? It's never the right time. And so I jumped in. I literally jumped in because when I went home that night, I was like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. And I was like, I'm doing this. I believe that we all come to forks in the road several times and we could take that road maybe to the right and be like, I'm taking the road less traveled. I'm blazing a trail. I'm going to have guts. I'm going to have courage. Or we could take that that trail to the left and be like, I don't know. I'm going to overthink it. I'm going to analyze. I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to see what everybody thinks. I'm like, yeah. So how quick did you jump in? And maybe you're listening to this and you haven't fully jumped in. Maybe you have an ID number and you think you're in. You're not in. You're not in till you're in activity. You're not in till you're sharing what you're doing. You're not in till you're getting your products and your business in the hands of other people. You're not in till you're setting goals. So how quick did you jump in? Because an ID number is not when you're officially in. You're in when this business goes from your head to your heart. And then you're like, wow, I'm really in. Okay. So how quick did you jump in? Another thing, which I think this is all in number one, did you ask other people's opinions? That's being duplicated. I came to a fork in the road. I did ask, not so much anybody's opinion, but I was introduced to this business at my cousin's house at a backyard barbecue. And the next morning I called up my cousin and I was like, I am doing this. Like, has she talked to you about it? Because she was his neighbor. Has she talked to you about it? What do you think? And he was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I was like, oh, like, why? And he was, whatever reasons he gave, he was projecting his own fears about the business to me. And I was like, okay, Deb, you're at another fork in the road. You're really excited about this. You made a decision before you called him. Are you going to take the path to the right and still jump in? Or are you going to be like, okay, I was going to do it. And now I'm just going to take the path to the left because somebody that I know, love, and trust told me not to. So did you ask and at that moment, I realized, Deb, everything you do duplicates. Don't talk to one more person about this business. Make a decision for you and be bold and stand in it because what you do duplicates. And if you ask other people, what you're saying is, I'm not really sure. What do you think? And how could they possibly know what to think, right? So here's a few more hypothetical questions. How did you react if someone wasn't interested? Right? What we do duplicates. You guys, I got so many no's in this business. I got so many not nows. I remember when I started my business 18 and a half years ago, I was talking to everybody in my neighborhood like I discovered oxygen. Like I was like, you guys, and I was like pumped. And some people were like, oh my gosh, Debbie, now this is like I heard Debbie's not doing so well. Maybe your husband's not doing so well. My gosh, she's selling this now. She's doing that little thing. Because some people, sometimes they see this industry and think, oh, it's like a little, now people call it a side hustle. It could be a side hustle. It was never a side hustle to me. Like I was hustling and I was doing it on the side of my life. But there's something about the term side hustle to me that just sounds very, very small. But my point is like, people in the neighborhood weren't jumping in. They were jumping to conclusions and they were kind of talking about me. But I got to tell you something. My reaction to that is I'm standing in my decision. I'm standing in my vision. I'm standing in my passion, and I'm going to build this arc. And I'm going to build it even when they don't believe, because the way I behave right now is setting an example and it's going to be duplicated. And let me tell you something. A very large amount of people in that neighborhood joined my business, but it took me reacting a certain way and to still stand on my decision that even made them want to join the business. Because I could have easily been like, I spoke to a bunch of people. I'm going to calm down my excitement. Maybe I'm going to tone things down. Maybe it's not really good for the people where I live. You guys, it duplicates. Okay. So they were watching me be excited with or without them. Like when I was sharing this business, I'm like, and my energy was, do this with me. I really want you on my team. I really want to grow this with you. But what I was thinking in my mind is, with you or without you, I'm doing this. And it wasn't coming from arrogance. It was with you or without you. I'm building. And I didn't say it, but that was my energy. There was somebody that I reached out to very soon into my business. And she was a sister of one of my best friends in high school, like an older sister. So like I knew her, but I mean, I started my business at 36 and I didn't see her since the day we graduated. Do the math. Okay. And so I was bold and I called her and I reached out to her and she was like, oh no, like that's not for me. And my husband does well. And like, no. And I was like, okay, can I follow up with you in 3 months? She was like, all right. So in 3 months, I followed up with her and I was like, this is the level that I got to. And I was excited. And she was like, I just want to be honest with you. I will never, ever, ever build that business. I was like, oh, okay. Can I follow up with you in a few months? And she was like, all right. Like, so in other words, my reaction was still like, I believed. So what happened is I ended up growing to a level, the top level in my company. And we were all on a trip, a leadership retreat. And so I was away and I sent her an email. It was like just all about the power of this industry. And it was like a great article. And I sent it to her and she sent me an email back and she goes, I'm ready to have coffee. And I was like, oh, I can't now. I'm away. I'm on this leadership retreat, but I would love the minute I get back, I will come over and we will talk about this. And so she ended up joining my business and actually, led her team to incredible levels and heights in this business. And I share that with you because what if her reaction like I what if I was negative or down because of the way she answered me? Like, you have to stand in your opinion because that's duplicated. Okay. So I think that was all number one. Number two, the way you share the business and the products with people, right? So are you excited? Are you showing them from the first encounter what to duplicate? So your level of passion about what you're doing, your level of vision, your conviction, your level of professionalism, your level of belief, no matter what comes your way. So the way you share, like I share the business, I'm so passionate about the business. You guys, after 18 and a half years, not everybody says yes to me. Most people say no. I'm like, all right. Like, I'm not in the convincing business. I'm in the sorting business. I want to just keep sharing it. My job is to share it because I believe that my company, my industry, and my leadership has the potential to offer you in your life solutions. Maybe this is a fit for you. Maybe this is not a fit for you, but let's have a conversation. Are you open to a conversation? I will not change my passion. If somebody could be negative, they could be nasty, they could be down, and I don't want to be rude, but my passion is my passion. My vision, I protect it like a fortress. There will be people that come in and out of this industry. There will be people that come in and out of your business. There will be people who say they're going to host and they're not going to host. There's going to be people who say they're going to join and poof, they're gone. Like who shot John? Like, where did they go? Okay. Like, my conviction, all these things, I keep the same. And does everybody duplicate that? No, but I can't control what other people do. You can only control the way you are showing up, your standard, and what you want duplicated in your business. So I really want to hypothetically ask you, like, how are you sharing your business? Are you excited? Are you convicted? Or is it more like, I'm doing this thing. I'd really love your feedback. I've never asked anybody their feedback in 18. Why would I want anybody's feedback? I don't want your feedback. Like, I made a decision that I know is amazing. I know that I'm aligned with the best company in the world. And I hope you feel the same way too, right? Like, I know where I was leading my team and where I am leading my team. I know how powerful this industry is. Like, I'm in it. Like, I'm so convicted in that no matter what comes my way, no matter who comes in my business, no matter who leaves my business, no matter who decides to join my business and then not doing anything with it, no matter who decides to give up on their dreams and go back to the profession that they had before, that was the very reason why they started the business, they want to get out of it. None of that is ruining the way I share the business and the products with people. So really ask yourself, what are you duplicating? Okay. The way you launch your business. Now, I just did a podcast on this last week. Okay. Like, how do you launch? Number one, did you launch? Or are you just like praying to God that people knock on your door and say, because what you do duplicates. So, how did you invite? Is it one of those things like nobody will ever see like a mass invite from me on social media, like ever? Like, I'm having this thing, anybody welcome? Like, it's how did you invite? How did you open up at your event? And again, it's what you have guests at that launch that in an ideal world, when I have an event, my end goal is that I want everybody doing this business with me. I really do. I believe this could be for everyone. So I want to stand up in front of that room and be really bold and really convicted. And, my name is Debbie Neal, and this is the company I represent, and this is why I represent them, and this is where I'm going, and this is what I'm going to help you create. And I stand, how did you cast your vision? Because you know what average people do? Like, I started this business. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to give it a try. Right there, you've just set the standard for everybody in that room of what you want duplicated. Like, how did you show up at your event, right? How were you dressed? You have one impression to make a first impression. What products did you have at your event? Was it set up professionally? Was it set up like just really fun? Did you have order forms? Your guests are there taking it all in. They're taking it all in. So the way you launch your business, and again, even with urgency, like I remember when I started my business, I was told you're going to launch 2 times in the next 7 days. I was like, no, I can't. I need 10 days. I don't have enough time. And she was like, you're going to launch 2 times in the next 7 days. And I was like, okay. Because at the end of the day, she's like, you want to know how to be successful. I'm going to teach you how to be successful. And I was like, okay. So she had a high level of excellence that she wanted duplicated. And so I repeated that. So really think about that. Like at your launch events, how do you show up? How do you open up? What is your vision? All of these things, the way you ask people to join you. Like when I close an event, I'm literally saying to people, you're going to love the products, but I want to be really clear on why I invited you here. I invited you here because I would love for you to do this business with me. I handpicked you. You are, and I might give different reasons. You are smart. You are savvy. You are successful. You're a people person. You walk into a room, you light it up. You're looking for something, you're whatever it is, join me. And I tell people, I don't know how to fail. There are no guarantees in this industry. There are no guarantees in my company. However, what I can guarantee is I will match my time with your effort. I will hold your hand the entire way. I will help you, right? Build whatever it is you want to build in this business. I will be here for the long haul. And so think about those things because people are looking for, they're more than just joining my company or your company. People are joining vision. They're joining boldness. They're joining somebody who is convicted in exactly where they're leading their business and their team. The time that it takes you to grow to the next level. Okay. So some people take longer. Some people take longer for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's because some people need to grow more skills than other people. Sometimes we think we're in, but we're in, we're out, we're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. Sometimes we think this is a business to us, but we're really treating it like a hobby, right? Sometimes we're not consistent. There's a variety of reasons why it takes people different time frames to grow to the next level. But if you really want to start duplicating excellence, then like for me, I was very obsessed and I was very hungry to go to the top of my company as quick as humanly possible because I was like, I want to be able to coach people there. And I know that until I grow there, I can never look somebody in the face and say, I can show you how. So on my way up there, what I was saying is, this is where I'm leading my team. This is where we're going. You're going to do the same. So I was just in that energy and they believed me because I believed myself. And so that's what you want to do until you grow to that level is that you're constantly painting that vision. But the time that it takes you, if you're sitting in a management level for an extended period of time and you know darn well you're not giving this your all or the time, and then you wonder why your business is not growing, duplication is not a little thing in this industry. It's everything in this industry. And also, the longer we stay at a level, I'm sorry to tell you this, you're putting a cement ceiling on your entire team. Most people will never grow beyond your level, your current management level and your level of leadership. So the longer we stay there, you can't even set a bigger goal. You can't talk to your team about a big goal because, I don't know, let's say for your management level, you have to do a total of, I don't know, I'm making it up, $10,000 in sales for a month. How can you look at somebody on your team and say, you're going to do $10,000 in sales when that's your level? That means you and the rest of the team are not doing anything. You have to get out of the way. Okay. So the time that it takes you to grow to the next level is being duplicated in your business. So the next number, let's just call it number 5, because I actually did number this one 5, but I don't know how many I've said till this point. Okay. Your level of confidence on how you get somebody new started in your business. How you get people started duplicates, right? So the size of the conversations you have with your team, like the level of vision and leadership. Are you coaching them to win? Or are you coaching them not to lose? Because let me tell you something. It's one skill set to be able to enroll somebody into your business. That's a skill set. It's another skill set to coach them to grow to a management level in their business. It's another skill set to teach them how to enroll and do all these other things, right? So are you coaching them to win or are you coaching them not to lose? And that starts and it ends with your belief and the size of your goal. No goal, no growth. And again, that's being duplicated in your organization. If you're going through the motions, like, oh, I'm here to help. How can I help you? I want to help everybody. I'm saying this, love, that's going through the motions. Okay. And you want to be focused on a goal. And if you're not really focused on the goal, you are going to have more attrition in your business. And if you don't know what attrition is, it's people quitting. Now, people are always going to quit in this profession. People are going to quit every single thing in life. Okay. But the longer you stay where you are without goals, without vision, without any of these things, there's nowhere for people to go. And you're not expecting excellence of yourself. You're not demanding excellence of yourself. So it's certainly going to be duplicated in your business. And then if people aren't growing, they're not making money. And then they're like, this didn't work, right? So are you urgent with your goals, and are you urgent with their goals? Okay. And other things being duplicated. Wow, I think I went from 5 to 7. You guys, I don't even know what number this is. Bear with me, okay? So how soon you've enrolled somebody new do they launch their business? So here's the thing. You're a network marketer. I know I am, okay? You may or may not be, okay? So if I'm bringing you into my business, I've got 2 goals. I want to launch you and get you into as much activity as humanly possible. 1, I want you to succeed. And I know that the only way to succeed is to create activity, okay? I've got a system. We launch. It's your grand opening. So my goal is to grow you. And I'm finding someone in your network that wants to build. This is a business. So what happens is if you didn't launch quickly, you don't expect your new people to launch quickly. And then what happens is, like, what are they doing? They're just reaching out on social media, and then what? Not having an intentional business launch. And then all of a sudden, let's strategize. Let's get together and strategize tomorrow. We don't need to strategize. I don't strategize with people that are not in activity. Absolutely not. You want to be creating activity and getting presentations, whether it's in person, whether it's, on Zoom or whatever platform you're looking for. But it amazes me how many people don't launch. And then they're reaching out to their upline, right? And they're saying, could we strategize? Get into activity. I work with workers. And so my goal is to grow you as soon as possible, because when you start making money in your profession and your team does, then our belief increases. So again, what are you duplicating? You're like, oh, this person doesn't want to launch. This person doesn't want to do this. This is not like pick and choose your way to success. And if people want to pick and choose their way, they can do it any way they want, but I'm not really going to get on a phone call with everybody and strategize. I do calls within my organization. They can plug into the training calls, but I don't know if you've ever heard this. I'm not going to spend 30 hours on one person when I could spend, 1 hour on 30 people. So, but the workers that want to get into activity, that want to launch, I'm going to basically marry them, because that's what I want duplicated in my business. Okay. Number 8, the way you show up. How do you show up? How do you show up to in-person events? Do you have in-person events? Do you show up to conferences? And here's a feedback question. If anybody ever looks at you and says, so are you going to go to whatever conference, like maybe it's your national conference or your global conference, if they're asking you if you're going to go, that's feedback. I've been building my business for 18 and a half years. Nobody has ever said, Deb, are you going to our global conference? They just know, right? How do you show up on Zooms? Again, we talk about this all the time. Have I had my camera off from time to time? Yes, very limited. Very, very limited. I'm 99% on, okay? But you want to be showing up the way you want duplicating. Are you participating? Are you leading? Are you volunteering? Or are you just somebody that's when I scroll through the screen, when it's a a training call for my team, my organization, somebody else is speaking, I'm scrolling through. I look at people's energy. I look at the way they show up. I see who's nodding. I see who's smiling, or I just see the names of a random Zoom person I don't see your face. I'm not connecting with you. I just know that's not my future leaders of the business. Okay. And if that's the way you're showing up, that's the way your team is going to show up, if they show up at all. Okay. Number 9, the way you present yourself, the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you walk into a room. Our goal is to constantly evolve and to constantly grow. Remember, you don't attract what you want in this business. You attract what you're being in this business. So that duplicates. If we show up at maybe an in-person event and I'm not saying show up in a suit and tie, but I'm just saying be put together, be confident, be energetic, be happy, dress professional. And some people say to me, I just want to be my authentic self. I'm like, huh, does your authentic self not feel like dressing the part today? Because your authentic self doesn't look like a top leader. It just doesn't look like a top leader. And I remember when I started my business, I was out of corporate America. I didn't have the money to go out and buy a new wardrobe. At the time, I was a big Ann Taylor shopper. I went to the sale rack. I bought a few outfits and I rotated them. I'm like, I want to walk in like I'm the person giving the meeting. Okay. Number 10, your calendar. What you have on your calendar, the way it pertains to the business, it duplicates. So ask yourself this question. If everyone on my team was in the amount of activity that I am in right now, what would my business look like? Okay. If I was an employee and I was the boss, would I hire myself? Would I fire myself? And here's the thing about your calendar. Your team knows when you're in activity and when you're not. They don't need to see your calendar because when you're in activity, you have a different level of energy. You speak different, you're contagious, you're positive, you're happy, right? So either way, you're contagious. You're either spreading, your ho-hum, blah about your business, not feeling good, praying for more, hoping your team does more. You're either spreading that energy or you're spreading that positive, I'm in activity. I love what I do. I love who I work with. I love sharing this with people. Your calendar and the energy behind it is being duplicated. Number 11, your expectations. Now, no matter what company you're in, everybody might use a different term for this, but there are maintenance requirements for every management position, the same as there are in corporate America. The same, everybody has requirements. Do you expect to maintain? Is not maintaining an option for you? And I'm going to say this with so much love, that's being duplicated because when you hold yourself to a higher standard and a higher expectation, you're going to do more, you're going to be more, you're going to have more on your calendar, you're going to have more urgency because you're thinking, this is not an option for me. I remember having the mentality from day one that and I can honestly say with so much humility and pride, never was that even that wasn't even a realm of possibility. I was going to build so big and so wide that would never, ever, ever be an issue. Okay. So if going below the line is okay with you, you will duplicate it. Okay. And I'm going to call on your greatness. You can do more. You can work harder. And too often we have the mindset of fear around not maintaining or fear about losing things. Change that to abundance because what you focus on, you're attracting into your life and into your business. And if you're going to focus on not maintaining, you're not going to maintain. If you're going to focus on losing it, you're going to lose it. Okay. Do you expect to earn your bonuses? Again, that comes down to your expectation. You'll never be able to control everybody in your business, but you can control what you expect. Or do you base your expectations on what your team does? Well, of course I'd earn my bonus or maintain if everybody does what they're supposed to do. Are you the hardest working person on your team? Do you expect to meet your goal? Do you expect to earn incentives? Do you expect success? Because here's the thing, friends, be really careful what you expect because you're going to get it every single time. So your expectations duplicate in your business. Number 12, your level of excellence. And again, how do you define excellence? We all have a different definition of excellence. Is excellence important to you? And excellence is, whether it comes down to your energy, your numbers, your growing to the next level, being in activity, leading your team, discipline, commitment, consistency, showing up when you don't feel like it, showing up on the days that it's hard, not running your business on emotion, always being positive, always being positive. And I don't mean to be insensitive. I don't really care who quit your business. I don't really care who quit your team. And I don't mean I don't care, but you don't talk about that stuff out loud. You don't talk about that stuff with your team. That's excellence and it's being duplicated. Okay. Number 13, your energy, your attitude, and your mindset. High vibes duplicate. Gratitude duplicates. Happiness duplicates. But also scarcity energy duplicates. Negativity duplicates. Abundant energy duplicates. I can and I will mindset duplicates. I hope, I pray, and I'm not really sure also duplicates. If you complain, that duplicates. If you speak negative, it duplicates. If you talk possibility and goals, that duplicates. If you talk about drama, that duplicates. Most businesses that have drama, it started with the head of whoever it is in that business, right? So either you started it or you're contributing to it. You have the ability to end it. It's a choice. You are duplicating this behavior because the minute those words come out of your mouth, you're telling that person it's okay to allow drama into this business. Every single day, you choose what you are duplicating. People will leave your business. Do you talk about it? People will say that they're going to join and they don't. Do you focus on it? People will say they're coming to an event and they're not going to show up. Do you talk about it? Every single thing is duplicating. You are showing your team and your team to be what you expect duplicated. Number 14, I don't even know if this is 14, guys. Okay. Your vision duplicates. So does everybody know your vision? When are you leading your team to the next level? When are you leading your team to the top? Does your family know it? Does your team know it? Do you cast it boldly and often? Is it clear and vivid? Because until it is, nothing changes. You'll never attract a visionary into your business until you cast vision. Okay. Vision is huge. If you want to have that vision, if you want your team to have vision, because visionaries see what they want. They're constant creators. We don't focus on what is. We just know that those things are just part of the process. Your vision duplicates, right? So if you're casting your vision boldly and often, then your team feels that and they know where we're all going and they feel safe no matter what comes their way. They feel safe and secure because they know that you're all locking arms and you're doing this together. Number 15, your level of belief duplicates. It does. Do you believe in your belief has a sound and has an energy? Do you believe in your company? Do you believe in our industry? Do you believe in your products? Do you believe you have the potential to make a lot of money in this industry? Do you believe it can be your plan A? Do you believe you can lead your team to the top? Do you believe you can coach others to their very best? We have all heard this before, but whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. And you're duplicating that mindset. Your level of belief is being duplicated. When you see teams on fire, it is because the leader is on fire. Number 16, your consistency duplicates. Are you somebody that's consistently working your business? Okay. Because to most people, they want a business, but they treat it like a hobby. They want business results, but they give it hobby effort. Are you in and out? Do you work for a goal, but then if you don't hit it, you're MIA? Because your team, let me tell you something, declaring a goal and enrolling your team in it inspires your team. But then I'll see somebody like declare a goal and then the next month, they missed it that month. They're not redeclaring it and they're not really talking about it. And then their team is like, what? Like, did you have all this amazing, crazy energy last month because you thought you were going to hit your goal? And then when you didn't, you're not coaching us to the same level. We rise by lifting others. Okay. So that gets duplicated. What you're showing your team is if you set a goal and you don't hit it, creep back a little bit next month till you feel like you're ready. No, you just keep showing up and you keep declaring it and you grow into that. Because what you do is duplicating. Do you run your business on emotion? If you have something personal going on in your life, do you check out? And again, I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you what you do duplicates. Do you work your business consistently or do you work it for a period of time and then ride what you've created, right? If so, you're always going to be in rebuilding mode and that duplicates, okay? So when we really think about duplication, he or she, whoever, you're duplicating work ethic. You're duplicating urgency. You're duplicating following the system. You're duplicating consistency. You're duplicating how you get started. You're duplicating how you show up if you show up, the importance of plugging in. You're duplicating the belief you have around creating events. You're duplicating your sense of urgency. You're duplicating your importance of promoting. You're duplicating setting the standard, right? So I want you to ask yourself this question. And we're always, a work in progress, always, myself included. Are you the leader that people would want to follow? Are you evolving every day? You will hear people say, especially in this business, the business didn't work for me. I'm going to give you an FYI. The business works. People don't. We're living in a world today that you can be any single thing you want. You can work hard to be the person that you want to become, that people want to follow. And for some people, that requires more work. It just does. We don't all start off with the same level of skills. Your example is everything. So does everyone duplicate what I do in my business? No, and they never will. I can't control what they do, but I can control the example I set and the atmosphere I create, and so can you. And I refuse to lower my bar and my expectation to the examples of other people. You are a leader, and leaders lead. So I pray that tomorrow is a new day for you. Right? It's time to raise the standards within every single one of us. And what that does is it raises the standards in our entire industry. So I believe in you. I love you. Be the difference and be the example. Love you, friends.